Good evening, everybody. Welcome to my home, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure and an honor to have our good friend, who has been a very true friend to us, to the Jewish community, to Borough Park, to Bklyn, State Senator Eric Adams, next to be future Borough President of Bklyn. And it's good whoever's here tonight, because I'm sure he won't forget you. After tonight, we're not accepting any more input, certainly, right? Welcome all the community leaders. My father is here tonight with us. You know, when we read the Torah on Shabbos, so they mention people's names. It's kind of a tradition. And every name you mention, you gotta donate like $18 or $36. So I was gonna go around the table and say everybody's name, but I'm not paying any more money over there. Okay? I'm just gonna welcome everybody, and maybe we'll go straight to the point. If anyone wants to say a few words.
Thank you.
The floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You know, when I am in, you know, this home, this is a place where I feel like family. You know, the Perlsteins treat me as a family member, and I just want to thank you for opening your home, you and your beautiful wife, for opening your home and allowing me to have this small gathering. You know, I just had a brief conversation with Jacob Ostreicher's wife. As you know, he's in the jail in Bolivia. And, you know, no matter how we think about, you know, travel, when our family members are away from us, nothing is more compelling and damaging than when you have the uncertainty of a family member that's incarcerated on foreign soil. And he's right now going through a hunger strike because he wants to be home. He wants to be with his wife, he wants to be with his grandchildren, and most important, he would love to be with his family. And we are going to do all that we can to bring him back to this soil. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that when you look at the system of justice, I was just in Bolivia a few months ago, and the system of justice in Bolivia is not like our fair system of justice. He is being punished for being a successful businessman that employed over 200 people in a country where the people are not being employed and don't receive their necessary and basic rights. And so we must bring him home. I'm going to reach out to Senator Gillibrand, Senator Schumer, and the leaders in the state Senate that we can do all we can, because outside of New York, they will take steps, but he is from our state. He's from Borough Park, and Borough Park is one of the most important communities in the state of New York. He's a resident of this community, and so just as we would want everything to be done to bring home one of our family members, we should do the same. Jacob must come back to Brooklyn, he must come back to America, he must come back to New York. You know, this gathering of this nature is a real Heimish gathering. You know, it's you know, faces and people who I've known for years. And let me tell you something. A faith that's not trusted is not a real faith. And what I need for you to do is to have faith in me. I remember this community when I first ran for office, for state senate. Many of you did not know who I was. All you knew is that I was a police officer that rose through the ranks from sergeant to lieutenant and captain. And I sat down with many of you. Your faces are not new to me. We had conversations. And I asked that, can you be with me as I make this attempt to be the state senator? And you trusted me. And you stated that, Eric, we are going to be with you. You had faith in me. And throughout the years, that faith was tested, but you stood by me and you allowed me to grow and evolve into an effective state senator. And now we're taking the next step. And when you take big steps, you don't take it in a large conference room, you don't take it in a large catering hall. You go into the home of people who care about you and love you. And you sit down and you ask them to be part of the next step. This is a journey that only we could have dreamed about, and you thought it was possible long ago. We did it at State Senate for 6 years. Now we move into Borough Hall. The next stop is City Hall. And on our way, we will meet many people and many faces. But it's the original faces that I would not forget. And I would say this: there's nothing we can do about investing in Apple. It's too late. Gates already left the box. We can't make any money off of Microsoft. We can't even do anything with Yahoo or Google. I wish I would have invested in them, but we didn't. But we are now on the ground floor of one of the greatest investments in New York City, and that's the next mayor after becoming borough president. So let's invest early now, so we don't have to look on the outside. There's so much we have to do. And this community is a special community. And I spent several years moving through this community and learning this community, from sitting sukkahs and visiting the schools with children with special needs and yeshivas and synagogues. You know, and I say with a footnote, behind every child with special needs, there's a special parent, because rearing a child is a physical task in itself, and when you have a child with special needs, it takes a special level of compassion, commitment, and dedication. And as I walked through those schools and saw the commitment, I realized that there's something special going on in Borough Park. Not only that, even when you fulfill your religious commitment by having your children go to yeshivas, you don't complain about the overpopulation of public schools. You and I both know if yeshivas closed down today, the public school population would not be able to withstand the overflow of children. But you fulfill your commitment. And I know the game that's played yearly, the dance of taking away vouchers and putting vouchers back and taking them away. We need to stop that madness. I know the dance that takes place when one day you have transportation to take children and then you don't have transportation. That dance has to stop. I know the concerns you have about affordable housing. I know that if any community contributes to the population of Brooklyn, this community does. I know that you are just as concerned about this public safety and safeguards and what Homeland Security must do. Y'all know my reputation on that. Y'all know the years I spent with a bulletproof vest on, standing on the corner, protecting children and families. So I know how imperative it is to have your volunteer patrol. That's why, after the incidents that happened last year, I gave bulletproof vests to your safety patrol. I understand that. I understand how delicate it is to move through communities and bridge gaps. That's my goal. I understand that. I understand the importance of health care. My mom in these hospitals was only a stone throw away, how important it is to have proper care there. I'm clear on all those things. But more important, I'm clear on what you mean to me, this community. How you've been with me from the beginning. And I will continue to give you the dignity and respect that you gave me. We are on the threshold of doing something great in 2013 when we win the borough president race. Our only competitor had pulled out. I am praying for peace, but I'm preparing for war. I hope that we're able to accomplish this task in a very peaceful manner. But the only way we're going to do it is to build the necessary financial stability that show we are a serious campaign. And what does that do? That lays the ground for what we want to do in the future. We are a slight blink of an eye away of accomplishing what many thought we couldn't do. And you are the original partners. You are the original people who sat down with me and say, Eric, we can have it. We were saying, yes, we can, long before Obama. That's our slogan. So, and he stole it from us. You know, so our chairman has spent many hours speaking with me and talking about, some of the great things that we can do together. So I want to thank you. I want to really let you know how much I appreciate this community and appreciate what you have done for me in the 6 years that I have been in the state senate.
Don't forget when you become president.
When we accomplish Borough Hall, our victory celebration is here. When we accomplish City Hall, our victory celebration is here.
Washington.
This is the official residency of the victory celebration of Eric Adams, no matter where I go. So let's enjoy the meal, let's enjoy the company, let's enjoy the hour of the day among friends and among families. And I cannot thank our chairman and his beautiful wife enough for allowing me to use this home. And I can't thank the rabbis who are here and the friends enough, because I know the weather was threatening, and I know you did a lot of prayer and negotiation and negotiated us to have some sun and some comfortable time. So we are going to make Bklyn a place where you can raise children and families. We're many communities, but we're one borough. We're many religions, but we're one faith and one heart. We have many ideas, but we have one thought. This is a great country. We're great people, and this is the greatest race alive, and that's the human race, and I'm glad I'm part of it. Thank you for coming out.
We're gonna, for those of you in the rush, we prepared too many main courses, so you gotta wait a minute. And then, as soon as we're done with the main course, whoever wants a picture with the senator, we'll do a photo opportunity.
Ladies and gentlemen, for a moment, I'm going to break my word that I gave the senator some time ago. First of all, I'd like to thank the host. I would like to thank the host, Mr. and Mrs. Perlstein, for opening up their home to such an important person as our good friend, Senator Adams. I also have to thank a special person that maybe one of you need the recognition to know who he is, my good friend Rabbi A. Friedman. Because of him, I really got to know better the senator. But I want to tell you a little bit something that I gave the senator my word, we will not talk about it. I'll tell you a little what I do and what the senator does. We heard the previous speaker before the senator, Mr. Perlstein, say what he does with the Jewish community. The Jewish community is not only a community in New York and Bklyn. It's a diverse community. I sit on the Board of Trustees of Long Island University, New York Metropolitan College. With this senator's help, without his help, I couldn't have done it. Because of him, we in our Jewish community have over 600 Jewish jobs that the college and university, Long Island University, recognized the Yeshiva and Beis Yaakov, the school to accept their credit as BAs. We have pharmacists. He went hand down with me to President David Steinberg, who was the president of Long Island University. We opened up yeshivas, who accepted their credit, so they're pharmacists today. Girls, PT, OT, there's a new school. I think Bulka with, I forgot the other gentleman, Levy. This gentleman right over here caused this to happen. So it's not only what we know about the Jewish community. I'm a healthcare provider, and in the state senate, even though how many cuts we have in Medicare and Medicaid, He saved the healthcare community statewide. And the United States is taking a lead from this man of individual like him. My friend Bklyn, who was at the time, and other senators that work together with him to make sure the healthcare is not eroded in the state of New York. And there's one more thing I never told her, which maybe we're not going to talk about, but you know what? I think sometimes it's good to break our words so people should know who you really are. I was appointed ambassador at large to the island of Grenada under President Bush and continue today with President Obama. The Eastern Caribbean, which is the largest in Bklyn, which you represent. There's an ambassador called Ambassador Stanislaus. Let me Stanislaus, which the senator knows. If it wasn't for this gentleman, the benefits from these individuals that come from the Caribbean island would have been eroded, been not have done, and they wouldn't be able to get the proper care. So I salute you, Senator. I wish you the best of luck. This community behind you, not only what they know, now they know everything what you've done. So I wish you the best of luck, and again, I thank the host. God bless you.
Make the plea. That's I went into whatever politics, but here I have my friend Yidel. Yidel Menlowitz. Yidel remembers what happened in Passover. He asked me. He showed me the dire poverty of our community. We think we're rich. We're very not rich. We're actually poor. Probably 60% of people of all the poverty line. We don't have education. We don't have anything. But the most important thing is we don't have housing. And I'm actually a real estate agent. And I see, you know, just the deal. We have affordable housing. There's a programs out there which is financed by the United States government with tax credits, and it goes and these programs end up in building houses all over the state. You know, all the areas. Bklyn, Borough Park does not have any of that. And I started asking why not? Why don't we have any of this affordable housing? And I'd like to speak, you know, I'm very active in Albany. I'd like to get the answers. Our community desperately needs affordable housing. What's happening is the chain reaction is terrible. What happens is our children get married. There's no place in New York. Where do you think they end up? They end up in Lakewood, New Jersey. Lakewood, New Jersey, they think there's a short solution. Bring the woman out. You know, they get a house, and then they get married. 5 years later, right after 3-4 children, they don't have a job. There's no job. So ask them, come back to Flatbush, come back to Bklyn. No housing. So they're basically in poverty, no progress, no jobs. So what I'm trying to do, this is my program. I'm trying to create affordable housing, and that's what your program is. As Borough President, we'll be sitting in your doorstep. We'll design the programs for you, and our community will all pitch in, you know, to help, you know, to get affordable housing, get affordable housing back. We get our children back.